What do you say, baseball fans? Rye Bread talking baseball, episode 21. We're getting there. Trying to stay positive. Umpire Solutions today. Let's take a different tack. American League East-West Showdown continues to rage, and there are some tasty pitching matchups today that we're going to highlight. But I just wanted to boil it all down. There was another terrible call yesterday. Milwaukee and Miami again. Marty Foster calls a ridiculous obstruction call that's void of any common sense. And it highlights how you use replay as a draconian enforcement tool rather than just a tool to help you make the good call. That's our fundamental problem. If you allow the umpires to use replay at their own discretion to make judgment calls, you don't lose the human element of the game that we all want to keep. But if the guy's behind the plate and he can see the calls that he's missing in real time based on the strike zone, not his strike zone, that established strike zone mess is the big problem. But if you give a guy 2 innings with the highest degree of technology available to see when he's missing pitches outside of the zone, not his zone, and you give him an inning or 2 to warm up, and then after that, if you miss it, it's on you, and your score is reflected. They don't have to publish the score, but they can make the postseason assignments based on that. I think it's better if they're transparent about this, because a big problem is how secretive MLB is about how they rank and score and scold their umpires for poor performance. That's a big part of the issue. So moving forward, if you just allow these guys to use the replay as a tool and they still make a judgment call, you've solved a heck of a lot of your problems, especially when you just dedicate one guy to sit there and look at it. And you got to get rid of this 1987 cell phone thing from Lethal Weapon. I think I saw that thing. Crazy suitcase-looking phone, whatever that is they have, with the headphones. You're trying to get new fans and you're showing up with that mess. It's not a good look. It's 2021, and they're trying to get on the horn to New York. It's a complete embarrassment. I don't know how that's still a thing. I don't know how that still happens. It's really bad. But we're trying to stay positive. Positivity is the key of the day, remember. The East-West thing is exciting, so let's just get there. A's-Rays have been playing a fantastic series. 2 evenly matched teams trying to go about it kind of the same way. Today's a big one for the A's. The difference between 2-2 and 1-3 for the A's right now is huge. Their division is loaded. Not like the NL East isn't loaded, but over the next couple days, we're going to get some movement. The A's have to face off against Shane McClanahan today, getting his Major League debut call-up on his birthday. He actually played in the playoffs, similar to Alex Kirilloff of the Twins, who made his debut in the postseason. Shane McClanahan did the same thing, but this is his official Major League debut today, and it's going to be triple digits gas. So if you're into that, you might want to check out Rays-A's, and it's an important game, because these two teams are going to head out in different directions. The Rays stay home to face the red-hot Astros. That could be a great series shaping up. And then the A's head over to Baltimore. Winnable games. Boston heads to Texas. Winnable games. Again, cross-division. Angels and Mariners is an interesting one. Mariners are going to limp home after a tough leg of their schedule. Playing at Boston and then playing at Houston back-to-back, that's a tough roadie. And the Angels are not playing well. Both of these teams have won 4 of their last 10. It's not a good time to be on either one of those bandwagons. They've been losing a lot of games. The Angels haven't been playing as well as they can, and the Mariners have just had some tough competition. I think that this series out there is going to go a long way for the Mariners to show that they belong in the mix in the AL West. I really think that's on their mind. And the Angels have to be thinking about getting right, because it's just not clicking the way it should for the Angels. But that doesn't mean that it won't. And it seems like maybe just a little bit of ways to wait with Rendon back in the lineup for the Angels. So there's the East-West thing. A's at O's, Red Sox at Rangers. Rays will face Houston after finishing up with the A's. And then the Angels and the Mariners are going to head out to Seattle for a set. That's a lot of movement going on. I left the Yankees out on purpose. They don't belong. Anyway, the Central's not over. But White Sox 1.5 games up on Cleveland, that's not where I expected to see that heading into May. So Royals at Twins, the Twins are 7 games back already. The Royals mess around and sweep this series, then you've got the Twins 10 games out first week of May. Things are heating up kind of quick for the Twins. They're losing a lot of games, man. That's not a good look there in the Central, and I think this East-West thing is just juxtaposed against that. It really makes an interesting mural in the American League, and I'm going to be following that, hopefully with some of the under-the-radar teams. Everybody's going to talk about the Yankees and the Red Sox and the Dodgers. But we'll get some under-the-radar teams. I don't know if you can call LA at Milwaukee under the radar, but that's going to be an awesome set. And the NL West is going to continue to shake out with San Diego hosting San Francisco this weekend. I expect San Diego to be up. I want to see that electric team that was facing off against the Dodgers bringing it for this Giant series. The Giants are plus 24 in run differential and on top of the Padres in the standings. Padres need to win these games. San Francisco is playing really well. We'll see how the Padres respond at home. I expect to see an exciting brand of baseball again. I hope so. I just hope it's electric there in San Diego again. Those fans are into it, unless you're Chris Paddock or Tommy Pham. Then maybe not so much. Good matchups also to take a look at today before we go. Aaron Nola against the Cardinals. Now, we saw Bryce Harper get hit in the face. Didi got hit in the back. It was ugly yesterday. I don't know if Nola gets a chance to put one in one of the Cardinals' back. He might do it. But he's an appointment pitcher. He has been pitching at a Cy Young caliber since last year. Nobody puts him in the upper echelon, but he belongs there. Aaron Nola, with that side note of some possible hostilities. Harper seems to be fine. I think they're going to squash this. I hope they do, because I just want to see Nola do his thing. Tricky little matchup. White Sox need to win a game. Giolito got beat by the Tigers. You don't like that if you're a White Sox fan. So Rodon tonight, the horse, against the kid, Mize. Mize is a good pitcher. Casey Mize, the number 1 overall pick, who's starting to put it together. I expect the White Sox to win this game, but they need to start winning these games. Because if they head into that series with Cleveland, up a game on Cleveland, that's not where they need to be heading into May. But they're not in anywhere near as desperate a situation as the Twins. The Twins need to start winning games. It's just as simple as that. Adbert Alzolay, the guy we've been staying on all season, who keeps getting saddled with runs by his bullpen, he's up against Atlanta today, a tough Atlanta lineup. That's a good litmus test to get a look at where Adbert Alzolay is without his bullpen tacking on a couple extra earned runs to every start. So I'm definitely tuning into that. But that one's a bit of a deep cut. I'm sure there's plenty of excitement to go around in that Bauer start at Milwaukee. That's going to be a good one. Bark twice if you're in Milwaukee. I'd love to be. That's going to be an exciting game. But the series of the weekend shaping up is definitely going to be San Francisco at San Diego, and I'll have myself tuned into that one. Brian O'Nora, before we go, positive umpire response. All right, remember, 100% consistency score for Brian O'Nora as I was watching the Rangers lose me money last night. But it was comforting to know that I could know where that ball and strike is. I know I said it earlier, but I've got to make sure that we're doing something positive with the umpires too, not just burying them every chance we get. Thanks for tuning in to us. Remember, if you're at the Trop, best steak in the city, best wine list in the city, Bascom's Chop House, Clearwater, Florida. Get at me on Twitter, at RyeBread0844. Come check us out tomorrow, because you know I'm going to do 162. Thanks.